Hello everyone, welcome to Analytics with Asmi.
Today in this video, we are again going to see a scenario-based question asked in Power BI interviews. This is a part 7 of a Power BI interview series. If you want to watch earlier 6 parts, link is given in a description box. And also join my Telegram channel where I regularly post the latest job updates and job opening for the data analyst or a Power BI analyst position. Now let's start the video. The first scenario-based question is, there is a restaurant chain operating in India with more than 20 outlets in one city. Each restaurant manager enters a daily data into a predefined Excel sheet, which includes various business parameters that need to be filled out. The stakeholder of these restaurants now want a report that consolidates all the data from these Excel sheets, updated daily to track the business performance. Now here, given that the stakeholders are not tech savvy and don't want to create a complex end-to-end architecture, they are seeking the simplest solution here. Now, how you are going to deal this scenario? You can answer the scenario like this. First, we will review the current Excel sheet used by the restaurant managers to understand the parameters being collected. Next, we will create a standardized Excel template that includes all the requirement parameters and distribute it to all the managers responsible for data entry with clear instructions to use it. Then we will create a shared OneDrive folder and grant access to all the managers responsible for the data entry. Now managers will be instructed to upload their standardized Excel files to this folder daily. This approach centralizes all incoming data in a single accessible location. Then we can upload the complete folder in a Power BI and go for a combine and transform the data feature available in a Power Query editor. After that, we can clean the data and prepare the data for the analysis. Finally, we will create a Power BI report based on the combined data and publish it to the Power BI service where stakeholders can access it. Now, to ensure the report is always up to date, we will enable a schedule refresh to run once a day. We also need to configure a data gateway to facilitate the secure data transfer between OneDrive and the Power BI service. Finally, we will share the report with the responsible stakeholder for analysis. By providing a centralized and automated reporting solution, stakeholder can easily track business performance without dealing with the complexity of a data architecture. So you have to answer something like this. Now let's see the second scenario-based question. You have a Power BI report with 10 separate card visuals on each page, which makes it slow to load. There are also many images used for a visual appeal, which slows down the report even more. Now management wants the report to load faster but still look good. Given this scenario, what steps would you take to optimize the report's performance and the layout? To answer this, we can say, to optimize the report, first, instead of using the 10 separate card visual, we can use a single multi-row card visual to display all the key metrics. This multi-row card visual allows you to display multiple data points in just one visual, which can significantly reduce the load time. Second approach is to use a table visual to combine all the measures that were displayed on the separate card visual. We can keep a table or can be formatted to look like a card by hiding the column headers and adjusting the visual style. And we can also create a separate table with all the measures which can be used as a size slicer to filter this table. So we can use here the DAX function like selected value, and we can use here the switch function to get the desired result. Now to enhance the visual appeal and the performance, I would avoid using multiple images for each visual. Instead of, I would create a comprehensive background image for each report page that includes all the necessary design elements such as titles and headers as specified in the client's wireframe. Also, I would create a single background image that includes the title, headers and the design elements for each visual. These background images used to design to match the client's wireframe exactly and saved in a SVG format for scalability and clarity. I would then align the Power BI visual to a designated spaces on the background image. This ensures that visuals fit perfectly within the design, maintaining a professional and visually appealing layout. By taking all these steps, the report will load faster and still look visually appealing, meeting management and team's requirement. Now let's move to the third scenario-based question. The question is, a client has approached you with a concern that the numbers in your Power BI report do not match with their expected values. Okay, so given this scenario, what step would you take to identify and resolve this issue? Now you have to tell the steps you would take to ensure the data accuracy and address the client concern. So to answer this, you can say something like this. First, I would ensure that the client's data is being correctly updated in the source database from which Power BI pulls the data. If the database is SQL, I would run queries to check the row count and verify the integrity of the data in the fact tables. Next, I would confirm that the scheduled data refresh in Power BI service is running correctly and on schedule. I would also check that the last refresh time to ensure that the data in Power BI is current and matches the latest data in the source database. If the last refresh occurred yesterday and the client is filtering for today's data, this could explain the discrepancy. Then I would filter the data based on the relevant dates or dimensions and match the aggregation in the Power BI with the client data. This helps to identify if the discrepancy is due to incorrect aggregation or filters. If the aggregation not matches, I would compare row level data between the source database and the imported data in a Power BI. This step helps to pinpoint if any data transformation or load issues are causing discrepancies. I would also check for any filters or slicers applied in a Power BI report that might be altering the displayed data. Sometimes unexpected filters can lead to discrepancies in the number shown. Next, I would review the DAX calculation and measure used in the report to ensure that they are correctly implemented. Incorrect DAX formulas can lead to incorrect data representation. I would also examine the relationship in the data model to ensure they are correctly defined and do not introduce any unexpected joins or exclusions that affect the data. So throughout this process, I would like to ensure these concerns are addressed and expectations are met. I would also keep the client informed and providing all the updates on the steps taken and the findings. So this should be your answer. So guys, these kind of scenario based question is asked in a Power BI interviews. So you should be prepared for this even if you are fresher or experienced. Even if you know all the Power BI features, it is very important to understand how to use them in a real-time scenarios. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please give thumbs up and also join my Telegram channel and Instagram handle. Link is given in the description box. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.